The lovely and talented Jay Desiderio came up with this show theme. What do you think, co-host? Really?
This sounds like his work. Yeah,
he's a very talented piano player. How do you like the song, co-host?
I like the song a lot. I really do. You're
the guest. You're not the co-host.
I am the co-host.
You're both?
I can be both.
Okay.
Look it. Co-host.
Welcome to Big Words I Know by Heart, a program of rants, raves, faves, pet peeves, personal vendettas, celebrity interviews, and anything else the two of us can fill the half hour with. And occasionally, there will be some relentless promotional plugs.
That's right. I hope so.
My guest today has been a mentor for years. He helped me kickstart the Buffalo journalism scene back in late 2000. And he is the publisher and editor of Nightlife magazine, Ed Honeck.
Welcome to be aboard.
Ed has single-handedly championed local musicians every year at the Buffalo Nightlife Music Awards, which have just been rescheduled due to Snow-vember. How do you like that term, Snow-vember?
Well, it's very meaningful at this area. I'll tell you, we had our douse of snow for sure.
If you could attach one hashtag to describe your life, what would that hashtag be? Do you do the hashtags?
No, but I'll think of something.
Okay. We'll move on to our questions. Okay. Are you ready for these?
I'm ready.
How many roast beef sandwiches have you consumed at strip club anniversary parties? And what is their consistency compared to the roast beef curtains of the average house dancer?
Well, I average 3. And, a lot of the places, that's basically what they serve at these clubs, especially on anniversary nights. And cold beer and roast beef sandwiches, and maybe shrimp cocktail if you're lucky.
And dry, salty Swedish meatballs, right?
No, that's right. But they're getting better, though. They're getting better to the fact that they run out of food quicker.
That's true. Well, you said you don't really... You're not running many strip club ads anymore in Nightlife magazine.
Right. We've changed our motif on the magazine from years ago, but I think what dedicated to that was that we had a lot of clubs from Canada at that point.
Sundowner,
Pure Platinum, Men's,
Crystals, Penthouse Club.
Yeah, we had them all. Private Eyes, but then with the exchange currency rate went in reverse. And American money wasn't necessarily at par. It wasn't even worth 10% more, and it just hit bottom. The clubs up there just lost all kinds of revenue, and Americans weren't driving up there. And then after 9/11, people had a lot of larger problems driving up there, Tom.
What's this 9/11 that you speak of?
Well, obviously, unfortunately, the bombing that happened in New York City.
Okay.
But that really did the just on the whole Canadian market up there. Canadians come over here in droves, you know that.
Oh, of course they do, those fuckers.
Oh, yeah, there are thousands of them.
I think these new improved, enhanced license / visas, whatever the hell they are, I haven't been to Canada since, and I have no intention of ever going there again.
No, you know what made it difficult, too, is that they... anything that's against you, if you got a DUI, a DWI, I knew this one guy that he was crossing the border in a limousine with 3 other guys, and they get pulled over, and this one guy can't come over because he had a restraining order by his ex-wife.
And that man's name was Michael Hund.
There you go. And so they wouldn't allow this guy over because they didn't know if his ex-wife was in Canada. And they wouldn't allow him. So just little things like that. And we crossed over back in like 2010, I'm going to say. And this one guy, he was driving over, and during the summertime we were going to Marineland. His daughter was working at Marineland. Now figure this out. We get pulled over they won't let him back over, or they won't let him into Canada. I had to drive his car back, and the reason was that he had a DWI 20 years prior.
They can take your car over.
20
They can just take your
years.
car.
No, they can take your car and they impound it, and then you got to do all kinds of rigmarole just to get it back.
Yeah, and then you have to answer to the Mounties. Ooh.
Fearful.
Okay, question the 2, Ed. From 2001 to 2009, I was the greatest writer that ever graced the pages of Nightlife magazine since its inception in the early 80s. Confirm or deny?
Well, we always thought that you were the second best writer.
Compared to who? Who was number 1?
Everybody who thought they were.
You've had a lot of people who have graced your offices over the years. Now, Nightlife's been around since, what,
84.
84.
So we're looking at 30 years, young man.
That was a magical decade, the 80s. So this is 30 years this year?
30 years this year.
Wow. I'm not so good at math.
30 years. Long time. But we've been plugging away. We've seen competition come and go. Mm-hmm. And it's still moving on.
How do you feel about Weekend Metro? Are they still a threat?
Yeah, if they were ever produced again.
Now, Ed, if you could please regale the world with your anecdote about Sam Kinison.
He was a great guy. He really was.
He was one of my favorites.
He
one
was.
of my favorite stand-up comics.
He loved his snow.
There was a Buffalo connection. Where was he playing locally?
He was playing at the Trough.
Okay.
He was playing at the Trough.
For those of you who aren't local, that's short for the Tralfamador.
Or Tralfamador.
Tralfamador. Tomato.
Yeah.
So he was playing at the Trough.
Yes.
Don't make me pull it out.
Oh, all right. He was playing at the Trough. And all of a sudden he needed a little extra boost to get up on stage and perform in front of like 500-600 people.
A little of that Colombian marching powder?
Yeah, Colombian marching powder. Sometimes they would phrase it for playing pool. And always try to get that last shot with that, put that 8-ball in to win. So
put the 8-ball. I was not making that connection at all. That's good. I liked it.
All right. So I knew somebody that knew somebody, and he wound up getting hooked up like in 20 minutes later. And he wound up being maybe an hour late on stage, but he did perform, and he performed very well.
And the somebody who got the cocaine, Michael Hund. He's a dear friend of the show. I'm kidding.
Where is he?
I love him to death. Love him to death. I don't know if you've seen Mike lately. You'll see him soon at the 2014 Nightlife Music Awards, which are taking place in 2015.
That's right. Based on the happenings that went on in 2014.
Which we won't discuss?
We can, absolutely.
Well, what's the new date for our viewers at home?
The new date for the 2014 Buffalo Nightlife Music and Club Awards.
And clubs
are involved in it.
Okay, I've done no research.
As the music is January 21st, 2015. It's a Wednesday, and and the reason I decided to do it then is also my birthday. So I'm going to celebrate two things at once.
33?
Oh, 43. And so January 21st. That's a new date for the Buffalo Music Awards.
Wednesday, January 21st.
You got it.
And Big Words Video has the only video rights, and we will be there attacking attendees.
Yeah, it should be one heck of a night. We normally average about 700-800 people, so it's a good night for local music. How to honor them with over 60 awards.
And it's almost timely that my guests next month are rock duo Busted Stuff, who are also performing at the Nightlife Club Music and Club Awards. I'll get it by the end of the show. Co-host, what do you think? Okay, back to you, Ed.
And the awards themselves, don't forget, are at it's at the Cove.
Which is right on the border of everything.
Right. 4701 Transit Road in Depew. And it's really a nice club now. I mean, it's beautiful inside and not a bad visibility problem to see on the stage.
What do you say we pregame it at that Swiss Chalet? Have you been to the Swiss Chalet?
Not since my friend went back to Canada.
Now, Ed, you're
Now, wait a minute. You'll appreciate this. He owned 4 Swiss Schley's.
no shit.
Okay,
They're gone. They're all gone.
Here's
now.
the kicker, though. No, they're still up in Canada.
Okay.
But his summer house was on Rushford Lake.
No shit. The Rushford connection.
Yes.
Moving on, though.
Okay.
You're an
I
ardent.
have to give you all this good info, you know.
You've always got the scoop.
I know.
Ed, you're an ardent supporter of the blues scene in Buffalo. Is it true that Mick Hayes pleasures himself while watching his own concert footage?
Well, I can't attest to it personally, but that's what I heard. Rumor has it. But Mick Hayes has been an advocate of a great blues guitarist. I mean, probably he's in the top 3 anyways in Western New York, no question.
Him and Doug Yummins, right?
Doug Yeomans is up there too.
I don't know. I'm a Tommy Z man myself.
I like
He's a
that.
friend of the show.
Tommy Z is excellent.
Is he still on the scene, or is he playing for the troops overseas?
He's doing a little bit of both, but he is local though. I mean, right now.
Mm-hmm.
He was on Facebook the other day trying to say he's walking to the store because he couldn't get out of his house because of the Arctic snowstorm.
I've been to his house in his studio. I'd love to have him on the video show someday, but he's a great guy. Just a genuinely nice
Yeah,
guy.
he really is. He really is. He's one of the better blues. He still plays out though. Played out a couple times at the Armour Inn in Hamburg. So
Is that on Abbott now?
it's on Clark and Armour Duels, right in the corner.
Never been. Probably won't now. I've been sober almost a year, Ed.
Excellent, excellent. Keep it up.
That's more gin and tonics for you.
And more scotch.
That's right. More Knob
scotch. Knob Creek. Do you remember drinking that?
Absolutely. Gallons and gallons and water towers full of it. And Tullamore Dew. Anything brown, and I was washing it down. No longer.
What did you do for a substitute?
Now?
Yeah.
I get a little crazy with it once a day, and I'll have a regular soda. Not a diet one, a regular one. And then it's, look out, folks.
Yeah. That'll do it. That'll do it.
You get that sugar high. Now, Ed,
What
journalism...
else you want to know?
Journalism has devolved, diversified, and shrunk in the last 30 years. What's your opinion on the launch of Public, former Art Voice managing editor Jeff Kelly's new alternative weekly, and conversely, I'm going to skip that part of the question because that's just mean. What do you think of Public?
Well, I've only seen, how many issues I come up with already? 2?
I
have no idea.
don't
Somewhere
read
around there.
papers.
It's, there's a lot of content in that paper. There's no question about it.
What are you trying to say, Ed?
If you're going to put out a paper like that, you better get a lot more advertisers.
Who are their advertisers? You know, when I was writing for Blue Dog Press, which not a lot of people know, Art Voice bought and sunk, and I think it was 2002.
It was the early portion, yeah.
Jeff Myers, who was the editor at the time, who was going on to Buffalo News fame, told me that the first thing that he did when he was the editor of this paper was to scan through his competitor papers' ads first. So what's your impression of Public based on the ads that they have? And go.
Well, they got completely different ads than if they're trying to go against their former paper that they worked for, Art Voice. Let's put it this way. Art Voice, in this publication that just came out last Thursday, has 48 ads in it. The Public, with their paper that came out Wednesday, has 9 ads.
9 ads total?
Yes.
Full page, half page, or just little business card-sized ads?
Most of them are a little bit bigger than the business cards. Now, if you're printing the number of copies they're saying they're printing, 35,000, they've been losing money.
Now, how did
And
you...
I mean, a lot of money.
You know, consequently...
But, God bless them. I mean, to start something like that, you got to take it by the bull by the horns, and you got to give it a couple months. You got to run it.
You got to give it time.
you
Let
gotta
it
give it
soak
time.
into the collective unconscious.
You talked about the one that Art Voice bought.
Blue Dog.
Blue Dog. And then back in, I think it was, around 2009, there was another publication that tried to go right after Art Voice. And do you remember The Current?
Current. Fuck. It rings a bell.
Okay, The Current, the reason most people remember it, they had these big, enormous purple boxes on street corners in Buffalo,
Oh, yeah.
Bright purple.
And then there was Buffalo Rising, which was a joke in print.
Yeah, but the current, within 8 months after they went out of business, their loss projection was 1.2 million.
Who pays those kind of taps? I read the Buffalo News article where Jamie Moses of Art Voice said that they were only 150,000 in the hole now versus 250 the month before. Who pays the tab when a paper just folds?
Sometimes you can. Nobody's paying the tab, but in his case, and I've known Jamie for 20-some years, people, because of the type of economy we live in, he is probably owed $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's when he's saying that, he's in debt, because he's probably owed that much money. And it was probably higher 6 months ago.
Who owes that money? Michael Hund.
Where is he?
Son of a bitch. Co-host, do you want to weigh in? No? Okay. So you're thinking give public a couple months?
Yeah, I mean, they do. You got to give them a couple months. They'll pick them more advertisers. Hopefully they'll do good. There's always room for competition, on the horizon, and they just got to keep plugging away.
Much like the 2014, in parentheses, 2015, Buffalo Nightlife Music and Club Awards, Jeff Kelly will be coming on the show next year. He's confirmed.
Good.
So we have a tradition of literary greatness already with you, from you to Jeff.
Jeff, he's a good guy. Good guy. You probably want to know what bands are playing at the Music Awards. Other than Busted Stuff.
You got Busted Stuff. Who else?
We got, talking about blues, we have a band called 12 Pack Jack.
I think I've seen them.
They're an excellent band. They very traditional in most respects, but just great artist, great artist playing. And then we have a band which I think you might have heard of before. It's called Breakaway.
Never heard of them.
Okay.
I'm out of the scene. I don't know. I don't have my finger on the pulse of anything.
Breakaway is they just got a new lead singer. His name is Corey Claywan. He came from another band called Only Up From Here. So. That's a good band. Then your friends and my friends, Busted Stuff.
Yes. Everyone loves the Busted
Stuff. And they're a very, very talented couple.
Now, where do you weigh in on the, speaking of Michael Hund, where do you weigh in on the Black Widow, Widowmaker war that's going on?
Well, I think the
battle for Buffalo Souls.
The war has preceded itself already. I mean, it's
over?
It's basically been over, yeah. They've all gone their different ways.
I love Lana and Michael Hund both dearly.
Yeah, I mean, they're great artists in their own right. And talk about guitar players, Michael Hund is fantastic. Most people, if you really see him one-on-one, he's great.
You know what I heard about him? He made a deal with the devil down at those crossroads.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Now, Ed, you're always at the heart of Buffalo's own Dingus Day celebrations. How does the Polish community organize these yearly events when they can't even change a light bulb collectively?
That's a great question, and it really is. They just put so many people in one room and they get it done.
You're Polish, aren't you?
Not today.
Okay.
On Dingus Day, which everybody knows is the day after Easter.
What is your lineage?
I'm German.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'm learning this. We've been associates for 15 years now. I'm just learning this now.
And I've already celebrated my Oktoberfest.
I did not know that.
Yeah, German.
Huh.
Great. Love the beer. Love the craft beers.
Yeah, right down the road is the Polish Villa, where they have a fantastic Dingus Day. Polish Villa 2.
Polish Villa 2. Absolutely. Great one.
Now, speaking of Lana, do you suppose that Lana from Black Widow experienced a late growth spurt due to hamburger hormones, or are her breasticles artificial?
Well, not knowing personally, so I'd have to ask somebody like yourself, or maybe Michael Hund.
I think this calls for this.
If they were for real or not.
You are diplomatic to a fault.
I've seen some great pictures of her, though.
Oh, my goodness.
Some great pictures.
I had some great pictures, but they're damaged. I think a glazed donut was melted onto the photo.
Where's your cell phone?
Don't have it.
Where's your cell phone? Who took your cell phone?
This was a question for my co-host. Do you want to weigh in right now, co-host? No? Okay. You can field this one, Ed.
All right.
What are your feelings on the recent allegations that Bill Cosby forced his pudding pop on multiple women in the entertainment industry?
He's bad news. There's no question about it.
You knew it all along,
Yeah,
didn't you?
absolutely. I mean, he's pudding pops is, that was just a fly-by-night.
It seems like any time somebody in the entertainment or in politics, in the entertainment industry or politics, when they are vocally self-righteous, they're hiding some horrible secret.
No doubt.
Elliot
no doubt.
Spitzer, Bill Cosby.
There
Two
you
examples.
Go. There you go.
Do you have an
and
example?
You probably could name another 100.
Oh, I'm sure. Is there anybody in Buffalo that you're willing to name?
No.
Man, I cannot get you for nothing.
No.
No? Not one person.
But, no.
Steve Calvinesco, that was the guy that we were talking about that I interviewed. He's not implicated in any scandal, folks.
When did you interview him?
You had me interview him down on Chippewa in the mid-2000s because it was before my runaway hit fourth book, If They Can't Take a Joke. It was Steve Calvinesco.
Oh, my God.
He ran for mayor? Something like that. Who cares?
One of those positions. He's got a new bar.
No shit. What's it called?
Bogarts.
You are a never-ending fount of
Bogarts.
of
It's on
plugs.
Bailey Avenue near Eggard Road. Steve, I tried to plug it as best I could.
He was a nice guy.
He still is.
It just didn't work out. Now we got Mayor Urkel.
Oh, my God. Well, his time's almost up, so.
When's his term over?
Well, it's been over, but he's still in power.
Whose nephew of his can run next?
Nephew Pigeon.
Pigeon? Okay.
He
Fair
can
enough.
run. He can run. He's up there.
So getting back
What do you
to
think, co-host?
co-host,
Nothing?
co-host,
He didn't say anything again.
maybe his mic's not hooked up right. Who knows? Getting back to
Let me take
nightlife
a little shot of scotch here. Hang on.
Okay. From the Big Words mug.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do I get one of these?
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
Go to the Green Room gift shop.
I'm there.
Okay. Getting back to Nightlife magazine. On stands now. Nightlife has had quite a stable of writers in its history, including disgraced film critic Michael Caleri, liberal wacko Susan Marie, and anti-domestic violence champion Susan Perry. Why do most of your writers, present party included, either lose their minds or reach newer levels of insanity after leaving your prestigious publication?
They just want to go on to bigger and better things. And they're
Who
doing
am I missing?
a great job.
Who else has written for you aside from
They're
everyone?
doing a great job. Actually, Michael Faust.
M. Faust?
Faust.
Who's friends with Richard Wicca, my
That's right.
producer.
And you know who else?
Who?
One of the better writers that's been around a long time. Wrote for us for 11 years. Jim Santella.
Jim Santella. Yes.
He's great. He
You
really
pointed
is
him out to
fantastic.
me at one of the blues festivals at
What a
Lafayette
fantastic
Tap Room.
man.
At
What
the
a
tap room.
fantastic guy.
Are you still doing the tap room? Is the tap room closed? Are they open?
The tap room is, as it was, is closed, but it's under a new name, yeah. The building's still open, yeah.
That was a great fucking show, the blues show every year.
Oh, my God, yeah.
We had some times.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Now, in the aftermath of what many social networking idiots are referring to as Snow-vember, do you suppose that Buffalo and the surrounding suburbs might actually use their fucking stockpile of plows and salt that they've been sitting on to keep the roads clean next time, or will officials continue to ignore weather forecasts and leave us holed up in our houses to die next time?
Oh, can I look at Cuomo's going to get state computers in and straighten everything out for us.
Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, he's going to hook it directly up to Ferguson, Missouri, and there'll be a little leeway in between there. But,
What's Ferguson?
What's Ferguson? It's a little town in St. Louis, Missouri.
Is something going on there?
I don't know. They say there is. There could be something going on tonight. I don't know. There might be a big party in the streets. They like to party in the streets. You know what? It's almost like New Orleans there. Party in the streets.
New Orleans with tear gas.
Yeah, well, they got nice fires. They cook the hot dogs right on the street now.
Oh my
And you know what? And if you want a free TV, They're right there in the broken window. You just reach in and grab it.
And as a German, you're no stranger to cooking things in ovens.
Fortunately, I wasn't around at that time, being only 43 years of age, turning 44 on January 21st, 2015, the day of the 2014 Buffalo Nightlife Music and Club Awards.
Oh, you bring it all back around.
I plugged it right in there, getting it around.
You know who
at
was
the Cove,
at the Cove
on Transit Road, in Depew.
This is where I get it from, folks. That's where I get it from.
We could do it. Switch it around. Now, the other three bands that are playing are Fair Trade, Nerds Gone Wild. You'll love that band.
Never heard of them.
And Soul Providers.
I've heard of them.
Nerds Gone Wild was the brand new band last year that won. New band. They dress up.
Nerd Providers? Check out Nerd Providers, folks.
You'll love the band. Nerds Gone Wild. Come to the music awards.
All right. Really quickly, who's crazier, Lauren Dragon or Lenny Revelle?
Well, you can't blame him. Revelle plays with an organ, so, I mean, you can't
He cures cancer with his mind. Did you know this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You eat and drink what he does, and you'll be playing with your organ, too.
Jesus.
I mean, Lauren Dragon, I haven't seen her. I understand she's in New York City, so.
She actually played one of my readings at Queen City's Double D Grill way back in the day, before they moved.
Yeah.
Is she still open?
As far as I know, she's in New York City. Playing out there.
Not Lauren.
Lauren Dragon.
Yeah, but who owns Queen City's?
Joanne.
Double D. Joanne. How's she doing? Have you seen her?
Well, not since she got rid of the place a year and a half ago.
After it moved?
No, after that place closed.
Clearly, I need to get more up to date.
Get updated. Yes.
What's going on?
She is actually working for some restaurant and a hotel up in Niagara Falls.
Well, sadly, Ed, we are at the end of the show already.
No way.
So I welcome you to, surprise, surprise, Plugola. 2 minutes of as many plugs that my guest and I can fit in with the time allowed. Co-host, would you like to promote anything? No? Okay, Ed, what would you like to promote that you haven't already promoted 15 times in this show?
Well, you know what? I guess the important thing is, as far as these awards, and I'll end it by this point, is that people need to go out and vote.
You got to vote at buffalobarfly.com, right?
buffalobarfly.com. Go out and vote. You got over 60 categories. It'll be back online December 15th, which is a Monday.
Vote for busted stuff, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, that's right. Get out there and vote for these guys. But they've won in their category so many years in a row. They are one great group. That's why we're having them play. And we are going to retire that particular group.
Holy shit.
Because
you heard it here first.
They won 6-7 times in a row.
If I may work in a really quick plug.
Go ahead.
Just one.
No problem.
Well, two, actually. You can follow my literary exploits. I got my dick in my mouth today. Once a month on buffalocomedy.com. And I'll be doing a reading and signing on Saturday, December 6th at the Western New York Book and Arts Center from 2 to 4 p.m.
Nice.
Bring the kids.
All right, now I'll swing around again.
There will be balloon animals, Ed.
Really?
There won't be balloon animals. You have been a delight, my friend.
I appreciate it.
I love you more than life itself.
Can I do another plug?
Yeah, go for it. I'm playing you off. Work your plug-in. Do it.
All right. Now, the awards here. If you want your band that's been nominated, send a bio and a photo of 50 to 75 words. Paste it in the body of the email and send it to us. BuffaloNightlife@yahoo.com.
That was quick. And you can pick up Nightlife everywhere, right?
That's right.
Co-host? He's got nothing.
He's got nothing to say.
God, I love you, Ed. In that way, with my body.
All right.